Have you ever heard the phrase, the customer is always right? Well, it's kind of true and it's kind of not true at the same time. So today I'm going to give you my interpretation of the phrase, the customer is always right. So stores have always had a group of people that work for them that greet customers, that answer questions, sell products. Here's the difference. 110 years ago, there's fewer people on the planet. We're in the middle of the Industrial Revolution. You also have stores opening up all over the place. Companies that never existed open their doors. So, more companies, more jobs, more competition. So only the best are going to survive. Only the people that are willing to give it their all are going to get that job and are going to keep that job. So the training is there. The loyalty is there. You have the best sales crews available. So what the heck happened? Okay, so companies got bigger, companies expanded, new companies came about. But guess what? Population blew up even faster. So you have all these people looking for a job, and it becomes more and more difficult for them. Competition increases, only the best are going to come into these stores. So then wages start to go down. So as wages go down, I think that what happened was people slowly, over a period of time, maybe didn't try as hard. So even though the training was still there, it was kind of still there. So you have people that are maybe a little bit more complacent. Maybe they weren't as good as the previous generation selling product, and maybe they cared a little bit less. Well, that's a problem. So with the de-evolution of the sales force of anybody's store over time, you have a group of people who are a little bit more complacent. Do you think your grandfather ever said, that's not my job? Or, you take this customer, I'm on break. No, they didn't. So that's where the problem lies. Complacency. But that aside, companies are happy because they can pay this new workforce less money than 30, 40, 50 years ago, by far. So they're happy, but what a short-sighted philosophy. Because how much money have they left on the table by doing this? By pulling training away, by losing emphasis in employee loyalty and training, they're losing money. It just blows my mind that someone that owns a business, someone that owns a corporation, would not be obsessed with being home and being able to trust their staff 110% that they are doing absolutely everything they can to maximize profit when a customer walks in the door, when the customer contacts them on the internet. So since you've decided to not train your sales staff, since you've decided that paying them less money is just good enough, and that, yes, you'll lose some customers. Yes, customers won't be greeted, won't be taken through your sales process. Your employees don't necessarily care. You save a little bit of money at the end of the year. Well, what's happening now is that you save a little money there. You leave a little money on the table because you're not closing customers. Customers are walking into your store. Customers are contacting you on the internet, and they're looking at your competition all the time. The internet is real. And your staff's not prepared for these people. They're not trained. They're not getting paid enough. They're not getting trained enough to be loyal to you. They don't care. And you're not seeing the loss of money. You're only seeing the savings. Well, the other thing that's happening is we're still using this customer is always right philosophy The customers know that they have the upper hand. They don't have to buy anything from you. And they also know that competition is so fierce these days that if there is a problem with your untrained sales staff, which there will be, because they suck, let's face it, there's going to be problems. There's going to be discrepancies. There's going to be miscommunications. Customers are going to feel cheated. Customers are going to want refunds. You're letting it all happen. And that's where the second loss of money is going to come about. It's from dissatisfied customers. And 110 years ago, word of mouth traveled pretty fast. Well, how much faster does the internet travel when a customer's dissatisfied? How much faster do people see a customer review on Yelp versus waiting until Sunday when everybody got together at church to talk about your business, talk about a bad experience they had, or wait until the next newspaper was printed to read about something that happened at your company? Listen, customers that took the time to physically walk into your store, to look around, to touch things, to feel things, to talk to your sales staff, they deserve a good experience. So why have we let it come to this? Why have we let the digital retailers win? None of this needed to happen. And whether or not we can bring it back, I don't know. Maybe we don't want it to come back. Maybe we want all retail to be online, delivered from warehouses where you can't actually see your products until they show up at your door. From what I can tell, there is a universal issue involving untrained employees in companies. And I'll go as far as to say it's not their fault. It's the people that run these companies that they want their companies to succeed, of course. I mean, they started a business. They have high hopes for it. They want to make money. But at the expense of the sales staff, it's not helping anyone. So is the customer always right? Yeah, of course they are. But here's what they're right about. They're right about pointing out inadequacies in the sales staff. Most of the customer problems that occur could have been avoided by a properly trained staff. And until something like that happens, until employees are properly trained, properly paid, and they harbor the loyalty that people used to have in these companies, they realize that it's okay for them to have a personal life and to be that person and to have their own individuality. But when they're at work, they work for you and they're putting on a show and they're your personal actor. They bring people in, they walk them through your process, they maximize profitability for your company. They're happy because they're trained well and they're paid well. Until something like that happens, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. We're not going to be able to grow, and we're letting digital retailers win. And all of our stores, all of our brick and mortar establishments are going to disappear. We're going to see it. It's sad to me because I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people that enjoy going into a store, physically just handling things, holding things. I want to sometimes decide physically with an object. Do I want this? Do I want it now? Do I want it later? Am I going to buy it online, or do I want it that bad where I just want to buy it today? I mean, in the future, am I going to have that option? I don't know. But in the direction that we're going right now, I see it happening. So let's get out there. Let's train those sales staffs. Let's become the way we were before complacency took over. We can do it.